Hello there, welcome to Elite Weather Forecast. My name is Dooley Godot. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday out there, and I hope the folks down in Kansas are certainly having a better Saturday than they did for their Friday. Our city of the day is going to be Wichita, Kansas, because you folks had a nightmare of a day yesterday as we dealt with that very wicked and powerful tornado out there in your eastern suburb there of Andover, and that storm destroyed an entire subdivision, and we saw a lot of damage. I haven't heard anything about lives lost. I thought I saw a school get destroyed, or at least maybe a city building or something like that, but I have to do a little bit more digging around and see what is the case out there. And I haven't heard yet what the EF rating is. Based on what I saw from the damage, I'm going to give it at least an EF3, perhaps EF4. It was pure devastation. It was a powerful tornado, although it didn't look that big as far as size is concerned. But you have to be aware that with tornadoes, the tornado can actually be much larger than the cone, the condensation funnel. The tornado can actually be much larger. And at the end of this video, I'm going to have footage from that tornado, as this tornado was very well covered by the public, the storm chasers, and the local media covered this storm intently because it did occur in a major metropolitan area in the middle of the late afternoon hour. So it was a very tragic situation. I don't think any lives were lost, but that is an unfortunate thing that we saw out there, and I appreciate the work that the storm chasers did, Reed Timmer and those guys out there, as well as the folks from Storm Chasing Video, and they were all out there. I think all the major storm chasers were all over this thing once it popped off. They just kind of knew what was going to happen for your Friday out there. So it was a horrible afternoon for folks out there in Kansas. But today, they're seeing a much better day across our city of the day, which is Wichita. You're seeing temperatures in the low 70s right now, under very beautiful and clear sunny skies out there. But we're going to take a look at the national radar and look at what's going on across Illinois. So Illinois is dealing with some severe weather of their own this afternoon. Okay, so here we are looking at this severe weather taking place across eastern Illinois right now. Now, this area is outside of the city of Chicago. We're looking at Forest Lake here in Waukegan. We're also talking about Arlington Heights and many of the outer suburbs here of Chicago, as well as we're talking about Fox Lake here. We're seeing that severe weather. So we are seeing all of these very powerful thunderstorms move east-northeast here. They're moving about 35 to 40 miles per hour. So those will be into the Chicago area here within the next hour or so, hour and a half. You'll be seeing those strong thunderstorms into your area. Now here we're looking at another batch of very strong thunderstorm here, and we also seeing this tornado watch across the most of the state of Illinois. We got east central Illinois into northern and southeast central Illinois as well. Has that tornado watch in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. Now we're watching this other batch of severe thunderstorms make their way towards Dixon. We got Preston, Illinois in this area that's going to be dealing with this storm as this makes its way to the northeast. Rockford is going to be dealing with this storm here very soon as it's moving pretty rapidly to the east-northeast. You see the purples there. We got our hail falling from these storms, so we're expecting 1¼ inch diameter hail with these storms. At least low grade tornadoes, F1, F2, possibly tornadoes. We're going to be dealing with damaging wind, 60 plus mile per hour winds from these storms as they make their way down over to the east northeast. Now let's go downstate through Illinois and take a look at some of the other activity going on there. Now here we are more in central Illinois. Here we are with Peoria. We're seeing a strong thunderstorm cell down in your area. Joliet also is dealing with some of these strong thunderstorms, and we're going to have them coming through the Mendota area pretty soon. And we have Kewanee and some of these other areas going to be dealing with these strong storms here through central Illinois. Now here we are near Decatur and Springfield as we have some more developing cells down in this area. Our tornado watch extends down through this area as well. We'll see that continuing till 8 o'clock p.m. So we do have some smaller cells starting to develop here and work their way to the east-northeast. So we're going to see a continual fetch of these severe thunderstorms this evening as these storms begin to build down here and work their way to the east-northeast. Now here's what we're seeing through the state of Indiana. We got Indianapolis, Terre Haute, Carmel. You folks are going to be seeing this severe weather as well as these storms are working to the east, northeast through your area. You are also included in this tornado watch that will be in effect until 8 o'clock p.m. So we have a lot of activity down here today. A lot of this activity was going to be conditional because this area has already received several days of some rainfall and some thunderstorms, but it was the non-severe thunderstorms. But the atmosphere has been getting pretty worked over through the last couple of days here, so there was some concerns that this activity would be probably would be a bust because of the atmosphere had been kind of stabilized by the previous activity, but they did start off with some sunshine to get some destabilization going, so it was able to assist with that forcing from our cold front to the west there through Illinois. And we do have our warm front that's kind of washing out here to the north here, north of this area here, but we will see that forcing taking place as to help to initiate and re-energize the atmosphere so that we're going to start to see these severe thunderstorms pop off yet. I don't see any tornado warnings anywhere in this area yet, but we're just really getting started here. So I think later on into the evening hours, we may see a tornado warning go off here pretty soon. Now there was a tornado warning over near the Princeton area, and a little earlier today, maybe near Rock Falls and Sterling, there was a tornado warning storm, but no tornado was spotted by any spotters or anybody on the ground. So that is a look at the radar for this activity that we're seeing here across Illinois and Indiana. Now let's get into our maps and take a look at the damage caused by that tornado in Kansas yesterday, as well as look at what's ahead. All right, we're going to keep moving here with your elite weather forecast, and we're going to be talking about what is going on as far as watches and warnings posted by the National Weather Service. And here we are with Illinois as well as parts of Missouri here, southeastern Missouri. This yellow here is our tornado watch that's going to be in effect until 8 o'clock p.m. Here in the northern plains, this is our river. This is for river flooding because we had a lot of snow over the last couple of weeks across North Dakota. That snow is now melting and it's been rushing down to the Red River. So we're seeing the Red River start to flood as a result of all that snow that's melting. Here is our high wind. We got a lot of wind advisories through the northern plains here, the parts of North Dakota, through most of South Dakota into Nebraska and Kansas as well. We have our high wind warnings as well as wind advisories in place for these reasons. Now here in the Southwest, we're going to be dealing with a lot of red flag and critical fire dangers here as we have very dry conditions. And so, and also instances of dry lightning, as we're going to be seeing some dry thunderstorms start to work through this area, so that potential exists to spark some fires in the mountains and through some of the grasslands here, especially here in southern New Mexico. You could see the potential exists for some grass fires due to dry lightning. So we have red flag and critical fire weather posted for this region here through the southern Rockies and the desert Southwest. All right, so we're going to take a look at what happened yesterday. What went wrong or went right to help spark that dangerous tornado we saw across central Kansas? So as we look here, we see the area that was in the moderate zone here. We had this moderate zone for the potential for severe weather here through southern Nebraska as well as through northern and central Kansas. So Wichita is right in this area here. It was just outside of that moderate risk, but it was in the enhanced zone here. So it had that elevated opportunity to see that severe weather that we saw throughout parts of a good chunk of Nebraska and Kansas yesterday afternoon. So that was one of the factors in that severe weather, as we had our triple point through this area. So we had our frontal boundary, had our occluded zone, we had a cold front, as well as a dry line through this region here. And if, with that dry line aiding in the development of those thunderstorms, we were able to see that supercell that produced that very dangerous tornado over through Andover, Kansas. So we saw several tornadoes through Nebraska and Kansas yesterday. I'll show you some footage of all that activity later on at the end of this video. So here we are looking at what we saw on the ground there. Here we saw our dry line in place, and we also have a cold front here that's extending here through Oklahoma over to New Mexico and North Texas. And then we had a warm front that was extending from our area of our closed low. We had a closed low, meaning it was a vertically stacked and it was closed off, so its cold air was compact within itself, so it wasn't an open wave. So we had that closed low, which provided a lot of energy to get that spin in the atmosphere. So there was lots of wind shear because you had a lot of twisting in the atmosphere because of that area of low pressure. Right here, you had a dry line, a good cold front there, as well as a warm front. So we saw a lot of discrete supercells yesterday. I saw some footage of some discrete supercells, as well as the cold front here producing a land spout. Some folks, I think the storm chasing video guys filmed the land spout here through western Kansas here along this cold front, as they saw that footage there. And then we had our dry front that was supporting some elevated supercells through this region as well, and through the state of Oklahoma, where we also saw some tornado action out mostly in open fields. So thank God for that. That didn't hit Oklahoma City or anything like that. So that's what we saw yesterday, which helped to spark that severe weather outbreak across Kansas, Nebraska, and the state of Oklahoma. Here's what we saw on the radar. Here is Andover. Here in this area here, we saw that tornado. Our tornado was right about here, but we saw a very visible tornado. It wasn't rain-wrapped. This area is not known for rain-wrapped tornadoes. We tend to see more of the rain-wrapped tornado down in the southeast, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. You guys tend to see more situations with rain-wrapped tornadoes, more so in the more hilly areas. But the plains, the more flat plains, we tend to see tornadoes of low precipitation. We were certainly dealing with an area where the precipitation was low, where this tornado was taking place here through Andover. Now you can see here we have our hail core. You see this purple here. That was where hail was falling from our storm. Hail and tornadoes kind of go hand in hand. So here is what we saw on the radar at the time that tornado was on the ground. So as we look at what's ahead for those folks down there in Texas, so here is Wichita. You're going to see Monday, so you'll be dry for Saturday and Sunday. You'll be quiet for Saturday and Sunday, but Monday you'll have another opportunity for some severe weather in your area. So Wichita, you're going to see a 92% chance for rainfall on your Monday, but that's going to become possible severe later in the day. Now, do I think that we're going to see a repeat of what we saw Friday? It's possible to see tornadoes, but I don't think we're going to see anything as devastating as what we saw on Friday. I'm really leaning towards F3, possibly F4. I'm waiting to see what the National Weather Service says. I went on the National Weather Service for Wichita. They don't have anything posted as far as what the damage was for that storm. They don't even mention it. I thought that was really odd. You know, our weather service office here in Minnesota would have been all over that in the Twin Cities, but I don't know what's going on down there. but they'll get to it and they'll post what the EF rating was, and once they do, I'll let you know what it is. Well, I'm gonna go with F3, F4. It was when you see the damage, it was unbelievable. It was horrible damage. So many areas were just leveled. I mean, just obliterated. So, and now here is what we're going to be seeing for your Saturday here. This is where we're seeing. Now, in my previous videos, this area I think has expanded in this update here. So they've expanded the slight risk area, so we're going to see that slight risk. But I think Illinois here is really going to be their hotspot, because this is where your triple point is here along eastern Iowa and northern Illinois. Our area of low pressure is going to be right about here. So this is where the greatest shear is, so we can see that rotation to get rotating thunderstorms in this north central and northern Illinois area here. I think it's possible we're going to see storms become linear down here along our cold front. Now it finally did overrun our dry front, so now our dry line no longer exists. So we do have a cold front running out ahead out here, but we did have that overrunning occur overnight last night, which is partly responsible for that tornado in the Kansas and Nebraska area, for those tornadoes, that overrunning of the dry line with that cold rotation really kind of kicked in there, and we saw those supercells develop in Kansas and Nebraska. But today I think we'll see a lot of linear thunderstorms here along the cold front through Missouri and Arkansas. So I think we're going to see instances of straight line winds. So I think the wind threat is going to be more of a situation down here. Our tornadoes and hail here in Illinois and Indiana. So that's what we're going to be seeing. Here's what we're going to be seeing for your Sunday. Much quiet here through the northern plains and the upper Midwest. We'll see that moderate risk as that moves into the mid-Atlantic states through parts of Virginia and the Ohio Valley here. We'll see that area become one of the focus areas for some marginal risk for severe weather. So this is isolated severe. That tornado threat, a tornado is possible, large hail and damaging winds, of course, and flash flooding is certainly going to be an issue as well. But I think we're losing a little bit of our dynamics here as our system is becoming weaker and losing some of its dynamics that it had to work with when it was here through the plain states, and a little bit less cold air is working into the system as well. So it's becoming a little bit less dynamic, starting to weaken a little bit as they've been moving to the east northeast, and that's been the trend lately with these mid-latitude storm systems that work its way to the central and southern plains. They move through the Midwest, and once they start to turn towards the northeast, they tend to have been losing some of their energy as the low pressure center has been moving into southern and eastern Canada there. So they've been lifting into Canada, and the storm system have been kind of falling apart and filling in as it moves into Canada. So we'll see a little bit less energy with that. But we have our new player coming into the picture now through the southern plain states as another area of low pressure comes in out of the southern Rockies. That's going to work its way into Colorado and New Mexico, and it's going to maybe spread some thunderstorms through here where we have an enhanced risk of seeing some severe thunderstorms for your Sunday evening here through West and North Texas. Here we have the slight risk through Central Texas into southwestern Oklahoma, as well as the Panhandle, extreme southwestern Kansas, southeastern Colorado, and eastern New Mexico. Now, what's interesting about the storms here is that you do have another dry line in place through New Mexico and far western Texas. But what's often the case here is this is higher elevation land here. So it's a little bit higher, as it's kind of like the foothills of the Rockies through here, through these plains. So it's a little bit higher elevation. So you tend to see elevated thunderstorms. So dry thunderstorms are often low precipitation supercells is going to be possible in this area. So again, dry lightning is going to be an issue, but you're going to be dealing with hailers. These tend to be proficient hailers and very efficient at producing large hail. So we may see some large hail video come from this area as well in this activity. And any tornadoes would be like stovepipe tornadoes because they're going to be more elevated. So they're going to tend to have more rope tornadoes, things like that. Stovepipe. We're not going to really see wedge tornadoes out here. Wedge tornadoes are more common down here in the southeast, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, East Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, more so into the Midwestern states, the Missouri Valley, the Mississippi Valley tend to see more wedge tornadoes, where here you have cones, stovepipe, maybe rope tornadoes are going to be what you're more likely to see because the storms tend to be more elevated in nature. So your cloud base, so your LCL is going to be a little bit higher base. So your condensation level is going to be a little higher here. That's because of those elevation and those dry line and the ingredients are going to be more elevated because you tend to be drier at the surface in this part of the country. So that is a look at what we're going to see for your Sunday for here. So this is going to be a very interesting setup to keep a watch out as it moves off into the plains. So this is what we're going to be seeing for Monday. So once we get into Monday, that enhanced risk now moves into central Oklahoma and southern Kansas. So that puts Wichita in that area again for the potential for severe storms and maybe the potential for another tornado. But Wichita is going to be right about here. So it's going to be just on the edge of that enhanced risk and that slight risk, but it will be within the marginal risk of seeing that severe weather. So this system is going to move more to the central plains on your Monday. So here we are. Oh, we're going backwards again in this video too, just like the last video. I clicked backwards on my little clicker. So let's move on and take a look at what we're going to be seeing out there for your Saturday. Here is that rainfall. Now I'm in the upper Midwest in Minnesota in the northern plains. It's very wet and dreary out there today. We're seeing a lot of drizzle. So there's a lot of drizzle in here. The thunderstorms exist as well, but I don't think we're going to see any thunderstorms activity here in the northern plains today. I don't think we're going to see any thunderstorms. I don't see the dynamics even for generic thunderstorms, but I do see a lot of rainfall and cold air. So it's going to be cold, breezy, a lot of rainfall. Maybe a rumble late tonight, but today I don't see a lot of potential for that. I don't see any lightning down in southern Minnesota. When I look at the maps and the radar and stuff, I don't see any thunderstorm indicators here in the northern plains. We will see more of those thunderstorms here through Illinois, Indiana. Here's where our severe threat is, and those tornadoes here through that part of Illinois and Indiana, where our frontal boundary is, and we get a little bit of a occlusion right here, so you will see that tornado threat in with that twisting of the atmosphere in this region. As our low pressure center is going to be centered here down in the corner here of Minnesota, Iowa, South Dakota, and Nebraska. All right, here is what we're going to be seeing for Sunday. So Sunday, again, like I said, a lot quiet here in the Ohio Valley, the upper Mississippi Valley here in the northern plains. Still a few showers around here through Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota. No snow in this storm system as it's a much warmer based system, so where that also cuts down on how severe the storms are by the amount of cold air that works into it as well, and dry air. So we're certainly seeing some dry air working in this region here. So we'll see things start to calm down as this storm moves off to the east northeast and begins to fill in and weaken. But we do have our new guy really starting to move in here for your Sunday, as that new area here, this is going to be our severe area for your Sunday. And we may see a few snowflakes in the highest elevation up at 10,000 feet in the northern Rockies there, also along the Front Range. All right, so here we are as we look at Monday as that severe weather moves out into the central and northern plains here. We're going to see those storms in Nebraska through Kansas as well as Oklahoma, moving into Arkansas, Missouri, southwestern Iowa. We're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms, but our severe threat, our real severe threat is going to be right here through Kansas and Oklahoma. All right, so as we look at our surface analysis, and this is what we're going to be seeing for your Saturday. This is what we're seeing today out there. Here is our storm, like I mentioned earlier, our area of low pressure. Here is Minnesota, North South Dakota. Here is Nebraska, and we're talking about Iowa. So our low pressure center is here. Here's our cold front. All right, we don't have a warm front anymore because the cold front overran the warm front last night. Here is our, not the dry line, excuse me. The cold front overran the dry line, really sparked that tornado here through Kansas as that process was happening, and those dynamics of that overrunning really helped to energize the atmosphere and the twisting and that shear in the atmosphere, and it really got those tornadoes firing through Nebraska, Kansas, even in Oklahoma. We saw some tornadoes as well. Here is our warm front that's going to be lifting through the Central Plains state. This is going to begin to wash out as we move into Sunday. So this is going to become more of a non-factor as this system moves its way this direction into Canada and the Northeast. All right, so here's what we're seeing. Am I going backwards again? Am I going? No, I'm not going backwards. All right, so we're good now. All right, so here we are is what we're going to be seeing there for your Sunday. As far as the surface analysis is concerned, our low pressure center is going to continue to move its way through the northeast. It's headed towards Canada there. Here's our cold front. It's going to spread those showers and thunderstorms for your what we're going to be seeing for Sunday. So we're going to be seeing those showers and storms through this region here. All right, so here is, and let's see if I'm looking at this right. So here's our Monday. So here's our cold front now moving a bit further to the east, just moving through the Ohio Valley. Going to spread those showers and storms here through the mid-Atlantic states, parts of upstate New York and Pennsylvania. Going to see that slight risk, that marginal risk for severe weather in your area. I don't expect much of a tornado threat, but large hail and damaging winds is certainly going to be a possibility. And once again, here's where our big thunderstorm threat is going to be down here across these southern plains into New Mexico and northern Texas there. This is where we're going to see that large hail damaging winds. So gorilla hail is definitely going to be a threat here. Low precipitation supercells and those elevated tornadoes for this area. So those stovepipe, and we're going to see rope tornadoes in that region. All right, so as we take a look at this is a combination of different parameters. It takes your CAPE, your SIN, your helicity, LCL, all the parameters we use to determine severe weather. This is called our Supercell Composite. So this is a jumble of all those composites of those parameters put together. This is an indicator of where we're going to see the best shot for severe weather. And here is where we're seeing it. We're seeing it through Illinois here, through eastern Illinois into Indiana. We got Kentucky, also parts of Tennessee, and on down through Missouri, southeastern Missouri, through Arkansas, northwestern Louisiana, and through central Texas here. So we're going to see that potential for severe supercells in these regions here. All right, so this is what we're going to be seeing for your Sunday. So Sunday, things kind of quiet down here across the north, but we will see that threat for some supercells to develop here through Virginia, West Virginia. We have eastern Kentucky. We have North Carolina here, South Carolina, North Georgia, Louisiana, maybe a little bit through Louisiana, and Alabama, Mississippi, maybe a little bit in Louisiana, and then back to Texas again. And we're going to start to generate our threat here for severe weather across the western southern plains. All right, so as we move now into what we're going to be seeing for Monday, here's where our main threat for that severe weather exists. Here through Oklahoma, Texas, we're talking Arkansas again, Louisiana, Mississippi, western Tennessee. We have southern Kansas also in the mix. Again, we're going to be looking at that threat for severe weather, maybe tornadoes here through the Wichita area once again for your Monday. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go back. We got one more. Okay, so here's what we're going to see for Tuesday. Now it gets a little bit more interesting again because now it starts to extend into the Ohio Valley. We got Indiana, Illinois. We're looking at Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, southeastern Missouri. We have northwestern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, central Texas, all the way down into South Texas there, southeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Missouri. We're going to be dealing with the potential for your severe supercell thunderstorms to develop. So this is your likelihood for severe thunderstorms to develop. But what we're looking at here is levels in the 5 to 6 range. So it's not the worst situation that you can have, but that potential exists. And this is the greatest areas that could see that potential for supercells to develop. Okay? All right, so that is a look at what was going to be going on. We took a look at what happened with Kansas yesterday, and also as a look for the next couple of days and where that severe threat is going to move to. I feel like every day I'm doing videos about severe weather, but that's the time that we're living in right now as we move through the spring months and going to be heading into late spring, early summer. We're coming into May here. Here today is the 30th. Tomorrow is May 1st. So soon I'm going to be talking about tropical weather, everything that's going on. So, I mean, it's just the busy season for us meteorologists. And again, my heart, thoughts, and prayers go out with the folks in Kansas and all the victims of the tornadoes through Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma from yesterday's tornado outbreak. And we're going to be keeping a close eye on what's going on through Illinois and Indiana, as well as Missouri and Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky, as you're all kind of under the gun for that severe weather and the potential for tornadoes again today. And that's ship that's going to move to the east a little bit and back down to Texas and New Mexico for your Sunday. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to stay tuned for footage from the events that occurred in Kansas yesterday. We got some shots of the damage as well as shots of the actual tornado itself. I'm going to put credits to the folks who filmed the video. That's going to be in each clip, and it's also going to be in the description for this video. Also, thanks for joining me today. Leave your likes, your comments, your thoughts, and if you want to say anything about the tornado and what may be happening in your area. Are you going to be experiencing any severe weather? Leave your thoughts, your comments, and also to subscribe to the channel. Everybody have a great weekend and be safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.
Going to the apartment complex! There it is! Excuse me? All right. Oh, big explosion! Big explosion! Oh my God! Where's that vortices? Major damage! Tornado northeast side of Andover going nuts! Tornado north side of Andover going nuts! Just cut through this entire complex! Alright guys, gotta punch it. Hear the roar! All power flashes! Power's out! It's violent! Very violent!
What a treat. It's going that way. Oh dear. That is so close.
When you can see trash like that flying around, yeah, it's really cool.
Wow. You ever seen anything like this?
No,
Me neither.
maybe one time when I was a child at the lake.
Yeah, I think I on El Dorado when I was a kid too.
I got stuck out on the
Small
lake.
one. Oh no.
Now look at, oh, it's down. It's down. Wow. We had touchdown.
Holy crap, that's huge.
We have a tornado. It looks like it's going back up. Tornado right there.
Oh my God, it's on the ground.
It's kind of going back up a little
That
bit.
is so-
Nope, going back down.
It's going back down, Dad.
Going back down.
It's really trying.
You got people running lights now. Oh, there go the alarms. Look at that. We're in Wichita, Kansas.
How far is that, you think?
Probably 2 miles. Yeah, mile and a half.
Do we want to turn to the right?
No, it's going that way. It's going to our left. Look at that. We do got us a tornado right here. Wow. It's a small one, but Yep.
You
Nope.
sure?
Nope. Yeah, it's a small.
Crap. Oh, it's coming right for us. It's coming right for us. Are you taping it?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, we gotta go.
All right, you go.
No, you're gonna go with
I'm
me.
gonna go.
There's debris. You see the debris? To the right of it?
I'm gonna go with you. You get down there.
Oh my God.
Get down there.
No. I'm not
Go.
gonna- no.
I'm coming right down.
Holy crap. Those are chasers. Oh, there's more debris. Oh my God. Please go the other way. Please go the other way. Oh my God, there's so much debris. Oh my God.
Go downstairs.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Go downstairs.
I'm not going downstairs yet. You have to come with me. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Why did the siren stop? Oh no.
Oh, here they come again.
Yeah. She's a little late.